Hi, this is Riz Malik of R3 Mortgages. It's Saturday and I've had to drag myself out of bed to take my daughter to a dance class because unfortunately she has inherited her mother's lack of rhythm as opposed to her father's slick moves. And if you've ever met wife number one, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But anyway, that's not the reason for doing this video. I just wanted to quickly talk about applications for property finance, and more specifically what happens once you've put the case in. So a lender or an underwriter, when they review the case and what you've supplied, in most cases will come back with a checklist of documents or things that they're going to want for you to satisfy on the case. And the purpose of that is really to give them comfort that the information that you've put on the application, or if anything's come up while they've been assessing it, they're comfortable that they can make their lending decision. And then later on, if anyone ever picks up the file in the future and says, why did you do so, they can evidence that they asked the necessary questions. Now, one thing that sometimes comes up and some people get slightly riled on is the list of questions that the underwriter may ask. And this will vary from case to case, okay? However, sometimes, or quite a few times actually, if a lender does ask for a requirement, myself as the broker or Fiona, my case manager, might go back to the client and say, look, on this case, the bank's asked for this, that and the other. We don't have that on file. It's not part of our standard requirements. Can you please provide something? And the client will go back, why are they asking for that? Don't they know that, before the credit crunch, I used to have all this stuff with the, banks and whatever, and the banks used to lend me all this money and I used to do these deals and that deals left, right and centre. And they vent, and then I say to them, okay, that's all well and good. But on any mortgage application, property finance, commercial finance, whatever, the money is their money. You want the money to become your money. So my top tip is to play the game until their money becomes your money. Even sometimes when I see requirements down, I'm like, oh, really? And I have a rant and this, that and the other. And then once I've calmed down, I'm like, the quicker we get this satisfied and we get a tick in the box, the quicker we're going to move to the next stage and get the funds drawn down and get the deal done and over the line. So the one thing that I would say is that if you are asked for information and it's not too onerous, just supply it. The quicker you give it to them, the quicker they can get on with their transaction. Now, if they're asking for stupid information, like my LinkedIn post of yesterday, that they're asking for your National Records of Achievement folder, the one that we used to get when we were 16 and everyone still got and not really sure what it means, or they're asking for the receipt from your first date at Pizza Express that you went to when your first date, when you're 18 or something like that. And if they start asking onerous stuff, then as a broker, for example, we would go back and challenge that and just say, look, can't give you the first date receipt, but here's the telephone number of his first girlfriend and she can substantiate where they went. That's a joke, by the way. But generally, if it is relating to the case, if the underwriter is the barrier between their money becoming your money, play the game. By all means, front and vent with your broker about their asking for the information and don't they know who I am and everything like that. Play the game. Because if I rang up an underwriter and said, oh yes, you've asked for this information on this particular case, but before the credit crunch, the thing that nearly brought down the whole international financial economy and everything, they used to do development deals, or they used to do X, Y and Z, and they had a really good relationship with their bank manager, didn't ask for anything. What are they going to turn around to me? What do you think they're going to turn around to me and say? Okay. What's happened in the past has happened in the past. And even if, a year ago you did something with Bank A and now we're approaching Bank B, play the game, get the information across, get the deal over the line. That's the one thing that I think the speed of getting the lenders the information, the quicker we can get it onto their table. Yeah, if some of the lenders at the moment, specifically the specialist lenders, their service level agreements, i.e. the time that they'll take to look at a piece of information and assess it and make sure that they're happy with it, can fluctuate. But the quicker you get it off our desk, or as the broker or as the applicant onto their desk, the quicker you will get your application sorted. And if after they've seen all the information, for whatever the reason, they're going to turn around and say no, it's better to get a quick no than a long no. I always say to my guys, it's fail fast. If for whatever reason lender's not going to do the case, let me know straight away. And I say this to the lenders: if you're not going to do a case, it's not a problem, but let me know so I can go and find another home for it. So that is the first of my Saturday top tips while I wait for my daughter to be brought up to speed with her father's rhythm. And if you've got any questions or queries, then comment below. Thank you.